Hi everyone, it's Christmas Eve. I thought I'd wish you a happy Christmas and I hope you have a good time. We're just about ready now. We've got friends and family coming over Christmas. But while we were putting our Christmas decorations up, we found this, which is a copy of a Christmas card I made when I was 9 or 10 anyway, for my grandma and granddad. And they loved it that much that they left the card up for the rest of their lives. It was on a mirror over the fireplace and they had it propped up on there right up until the last one of them died. And I have got the card somewhere and it's in another box of decorations, but we didn't fetch them all down this year. So it's Santa on his magic carpet anyway. Just one or two things. Thank you for supporting me over the last 12 months and before that. I've got workshops in April at Ticknell. I've got one space left on 2 of the days, the others are full up. I'll be announcing workshops I'm running in St Ives in my own gallery studio now for June and October. I've got the dates. I've not sent out emails to everyone on the mailing list, but I will be doing after Christmas. There'll only be 5 in each workshop, so you'll get extra special attention. And we go out sketching, come back, do techniques and put those sketches to use by using different techniques. So being as it's Christmas anyway, I thought I'd paint a bit of mistletoe for you. It's just a quick little painting. I've not practiced it. It's straight, you know, I've just opened my palette and choked what colours there. That's it, I've just gone along with it. And so I hope you enjoy it. You might like trying it yourself. Thank you. I'm just wetting around some of the few berries I've drawn. And this paper is Saunders Waterford £300 Knot High White, which is my favourite paper really. So versatile, it's good for everything. So I've just drawn a few berries, about 3 suggestions of leaves, and that's all the detail I'm after. I just want a nice painting. I'm not bothered about it being like a photograph of some mistletoe. We can get those from anywhere, can't we? So just wetting around here and there. And I've not mixed any specific colours. I'm just diving into my palette that's, as you can see, is a bit messy at the moment, but this was an ad hoc attempt at painting some mistletoe. I've not practiced it, so just bear with me if it doesn't turn out very well. So that looks like olive green to me. Just painting around there. Carefully painting around and then moving it away. I don't want a solid mass of paint, else it makes it look static and not 3D at all. And then, you know, I'm just moving that paint around as though there's some gaps where the mistletoe's growing, you know, and where the plant is. This is I've just picked up out my palette I've just shown you. I think it's Peroline Green. So I'm just getting darker towards the bottom, just varying the shade of green. But, you know, if you have a go yourself, you just need a mixture of about 3 greens. Just so it's not all the same tone. I think I'll actually go over those leaves. I don't even like drawing the leaves in. It still, to me then, looks too contrived. Yeah, I want a loose painting. I want painting with movement in, and it's no good masking out lots of static shapes to get that, because you won't get that movement. You'll just get something that looks like it's been plonked on a piece of paper. Okay, so this side, you know, I'm just thinking on the run. I'm thinking as I'm going along. I don't want it all greeny yellows. You know, I like a little bit of colour here and there. So even though on my photograph there's no colour, it's just greens and quite a dark background. Not that I'm following it anyway, but I think I'll add some interest by, this is Delft blue, put a bit of Delft blue in there. I love Delft blue. It's just a shade darker than Schminker actually. It's darker than ultramarine blue, but not as harsh as indigo. So just spread that out a little bit. You could have masked these berries out, but then again, you know, I might want to change as I add things. I might want to change my composition, or I might not like what I see, so I can just paint over then. Once you've masked something out, I don't know what it does to the paper, but your paper never gets back to normal. I think I'll add a little bit, as I say, I'm thinking, I've not tried this, I'm going to add a little bit of this lovely Purple Lake ink. FW acrylic ink, Purple Lake. And just to make it move more, I need to wet the paper more. Still like those gaps. Add a bit of granulation to that as usual. Whenever I use ink, I add granulation medium. Let's get some textural effects. Nice effects from the ink and granulation medium. All the speckledy bits. Okay, so let's just move that a little bit more. We seem to have all green over one side and a nice purple lake and blue over the other, so we need to do something about that. I'm just softening the edges as I go out towards the edge of the paper. So I need to add either some green over there or a little bit, I think I'll add a little bit more blue over here, but I'm not sure about if I'm going to add any Purple Lake ink yet. I've not made my mind up. I'm just thinking on my feet as I'm going along. Just like leaving the gaps. So let's add a bit of that Delft blue. Forming a few leaf shapes as I'm doing it. Now if I'd have masked those leaves out, you know, it would, you don't get the same effect. I know they're just a suggestion, the shapes are there, that's all I'm bothered about. And then over that side I will take that over there. Of course, when lime green mixes with purple, it's a yellowy green, therefore it's the opposite on the colour wheel to purple, and it makes grey. So I'm just, you know, opposites on the colour wheel to one another make grey, they make mud. It's one of the most important things you have to remember in painting, and I repeat it nearly every time I do a painting, and because it is important, you know, to keep your colours clean, and same goes when you're using ink as well. So that's a bit too green for me, so let's just add a little bit of this isn't going to be, this is a quarter foolscap sheet of watercolour paper, but I don't intend the painting to be that big. I've just crop it, you know, with a small amount. I think we will have a bit of purpley over here, can't we? I don't know, tiny bit. Right, need to tidy the edges of the berries up now, so I need a finer brush. Because that berry will be behind that one there, I can add a bit of shadow straight away. And that one there. Now I need to make the painting look a bit more 3D. We've just got these berries floating in the air, so I need some background berries. It's a little bit wet for that yet. So let's have a few, need a rigger, let's have a few, some structure to it. So I'll have a bit of brown, no, it's not indigo, is it? It's sepia, a bit of sepia running through to give it a little bit of structure. And I know what we see on the photograph, the stems are quite light, but they're always surrounded by other things, so, you know, other foliage. So let's add just a little bit of twiggy bits in, and then I can lift out some of the mistletoe stems when it's a bit drier. Let's see if I can lift some more berries out, distant berries at the moment, before that ink really dries. They do come in quite big clumps actually, so where else shall we have some down here? It's quite wet still, as you can see. When I lift out, the paint's bleeding back in, but soft edges go back, hard edges come forward, another thing I always say when I'm painting. So these are distant berries, so therefore the edges need to be soft to recede into the background. I've one or two down here. I've never painted mistletoe before, so this is a first for me, very, very first time ever. And I just thought I'd keep it simple. Main thing, what we think about, is white berries with mistletoe, and that's what you need to show in your painting, the white berries. Everything else is just immaterial really, but you need your colours to show it off. I'm just lifting out. You know, I don't have to have a stem going to them, it's just the background. It's an interesting background. I love backgrounds. It's my forte really, backgrounds, and better have one or two over there. But can you see, you know, the paint's working for itself. It's just on wet paper. The colours are just working for themselves, creating these lovely mix of washes on the paper, blending into one another. And that's what watercolour's all about. That's why we love it so much. You don't get that with any other medium. No other medium mixes on the paper like watercolour. You get soft edges, hard edges, granulation effects, which can be enhanced by adding granulation medium. And it all adds to, hopefully, a nice painting. Okay, I need to lift out, if it's not too wet, some of the pale stems, and I've got this brush, this angle shader for this. Use these angle shader brushes. There's two sizes. This is a 1/4 inch, and you can get 1/2 inch, which I do use more than any other actually, the 1/2 inch, but I need a fine line today, and this is perfect for the job. So I didn't think to get a mount ready for this. Alan, can you get a mount please? My assistant. There's some hanging on the... Oh, right, okay. So far this has taken about 5 minutes, I think, so we all have time to... Let's just try that out. Yeah, we've got a smaller one than that. There's lots hanging up over there on the side of the easel. Right, so I've lifted out the distant berries, and I need to tidy those up a bit. So I'm just going into some quinacridone magenta, which is anyway, we'll see in a bit. Just to tidy those up a bit. Yeah, that might be okay. Right, I need to pick out, it's still wet through, but I need to pick out, you know, 1 or 2 leaf shapes to... So this is the Delft blue again. Just emphasising that, and I think that's why it's a little bit too showing up too much, because the berries, it's fighting for attention from the berries, so I just put a thin layer of leaf green on that. But let's add another leaf down there like that. Bit like paddles, the leaves always remind me of paddles, rowing boat paddles. They do have very fine veins. I'm just looking for, you know, the painting's telling me where to add leaves, and I can just see shapes. I don't know if you can when you're painting. Something just tells me, oh, I can see a bit of a leaf there. That. Just showing those up a little bit more. I know I said soft edges go back, hard edges come forward, but because the paper was that wet, even that line around them will soften. Just putting a little bit of shadow on each of these berries now by just catching one side with my paintbrush and just letting some of the colour seep in. That needs sorting there. It's a bit clumsy looking, so. And there we'll have a little bit of a brown. Hold on, just need to sort that. You can see how wet the paper still is by how much they're moving around the paint. Now I've decided I need some more behind there, so just suggesting that there's a few more. Could do with one around there. Let's lift one out there, that looks better. Right, so I think they need tidying up a bit. bit in there. See if I can lift out a bit better now. Another thing I do when I'm painting berries, I kind of paint some in the background. They don't have to, I know I'm painting white berries, but they don't have to be white. You know, in a blue area I might paint some, it's just the shape I'm interested in. I might paint some blue or a bluey green. Where, for instance, just there. Okay, that looks really strong. But if we just lift off a little bit, then they fade away into the distance. But it's the shape, it's the berry shape that I'm after, that, you know, all adds to the overall picture. I could do a few. That line's where I lift it out in the ink. It's just a little bit thick, so I'm just tidying that up a little bit by negative painting around it. Still not that happy with this leaf here. And I think we need a bit more structure now. You know, I've put some of the brown twiggy bits in, but I think we need something a bit thicker, and we've got lots of soft, small shapes. We need something to give it some strength. when I do branchy twig bits, I never do one solid line. I always lift out here and there to suggest that they're catching the light a bit and they're hit and miss behind leaves. Add a leaf just there. Needed something doing with it. It'll show that berry off a little bit better as well. Okay, just need to add a little bit of shadow on these berries and then we're nearly finished. Not happy with that one there, so I'm rubbing out, washing out I should say, and it's better. And I think we should have a bit of the purpley colour reflecting just a little bit on one or two of those berries. And because it's Christmas, I've mixed up a little bit of gold bronzing powder. This is my gold pot. I always have some mixed up and I just put cling film over the top and it keeps it moist for a while, not forever, but just have a little spatter of gold. And then I think also, if everyone who knows me will know I always spatter. I'll spatter some of the purpley colour. I'm using quinacridone magenta, but you know, I used Purple Lake ink, but I'm not spattering the ink. It's a good way of getting colour over another part of your painting, but you don't really want to paint it in, you know, disturbing washes and things like that. It's a good way of getting colour over, and you can spray it a little bit, and that will spray a bit of the gold, I think. Oops. Right, just need to tidy up. It's a quick effort. As I say, I've never painted mistletoe before, but I'm quite pleased with that. I just think we need a bit more dark in there. Now you stand back and have a look. Let's go with some, let's have some indigo. Got to be careful because I've sprayed it, probably going to ruin it now, but I don't think so. Oh, that's better. I'm quite pleased with that. And then you start to fiddle, which we all know we shouldn't do, but you can't help it, can you? Yeah, it just needed a bit of dark to bring it together, I think. Okay, I'm going to quit while the going's good. Let's put them out round. Hope you've enjoyed that.